you want to know how to make bread, you can do this. It's so easy. I'm doing this before I go to bed, okay? We're going to do it in 2 phases. This is part 1, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you part 2. You're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a bowl. You're going to need a couple of measuring cups, a 1.5 cup, or if you're using the metric system, figure it out how much that equates to. A 1 teaspoon measuring, a half a teaspoon measuring, and a 1/4 teaspoon measuring because I suck at measuring things. Salt, all-purpose unbleached flour, and if you want to make the famous orange cranberry almond bread, you're going to need some dried cranberries or raisins if you like. You're going to need some slivered almonds. I'm lazy, so I buy the pre-cut, pre-shaved almonds, okay? Delicious. And the zest of 1 orange. And for the sake of time, I already pre-zested it. This is what a naked orange looks like. If you get one about the size of a hardball, that's fine. If they're smaller, you may want to use 2, or if you like more orange flavor. I already zested it, and the way you do it is you basically get one of these zesters, and you zest the orange in there. So for the sake of time, I already have it. It smells delicious, okay? You're going to measure 3 cups of flour. So that's 1. These days, flour is very, very at a premium. Make sure you don't spill any. That's 2. Right there. There, 3 cups. Pretty hard so far, right? So that's 1 ingredient, okay? 3 cups of flour. Then we're going to put 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. Okay. That's 1. And then you take the 1/4 thing and you put 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Oh, really hard so far. And then you're going to take a half a teaspoon of yeast. Okay. Now I use the fast-acting dry rising yeast. Okay. This is what it looks like. These little suckers are basically going to light up. Okay. You're going to see them in there. We're going to take half a teaspoon of this. Okay. And these days, because of this gosh darn coronavirus, it was really hard to find yeast, and my nephew went to, what is it, BJ's, and he got some yeast, okay? We're going to put that in there, okay? Now, if you just want to make plain bread, okay, your latest ingredient is water. 1.5 cups of water. We're going to get 1.5 cups of water here. 1.5 cup, right? You put those in there. Okay, so far so good. Now to mix it, I usually use a fork. Okay, so we're going to mix this. And if you wanted to make plain bread, this is where you stop. Now, we're not going to make plain bread. We're going to make cranberry almond orange bread. So for this, you want to add half a cup of the slivered onion, almonds. I like a little bit more almonds in there, so, all right. And then we're going to do half a cup of cranberries. Now, you don't have to be, it's not an exact science. Okay. Actually, I like to put a little bit more than half a cup. So I like cranberries. Okay. And then, of course, the real secret ingredient is the zest of 1 orange. Make sure you get every one of those little zests. Approximately 30,000 zests. And then you mix it up, okay? Wow, so far so good, right? Really hard. And you're gonna mix all these ingredients. Look how lovely. Wish you could smell it. And you will smell it. Once you do this, you're gonna fall in love with this bread. My mom loves making this in the morning for breakfast. I love toasting it. But it's really best when it comes out of the oven, when it's nice and fresh. Now, you're going to notice this is going to get a little dry. It's going to absorb those 3 cups of water. Don't be afraid to add a little bit more water. And what you want to do is you want to get kind of a sticky texture to this. There's no kneading. There's nothing fancy going on. I'm going to add more water here. You're going to see the texture that you're going to achieve. Add water a little bit at a time. Don't go berserko. You're going to see the flour coming off the side of the bowl, all right? And it looks really tacky and sticky. Right? So far, so good. See how it's kind of taking its own shape here and falling off the fork. Now, still a lot of flour. It's got to be absorbed. Add a little bit more water. The end result should be kind of a ball, and it's going to be kind of sticky stuff. There's still a lot of flour at the bottom, so we're going to keep mixing this. Now, how long has it been taking? Only a few minutes, right? No big deal. Okay. Okay, my hands are clean. Don't worry about it. And sanitized, disinfecticized, and all that. I add a little bit more water, and unfortunately, depending on the conditions, temperature of the room that you're doing it in, sometimes you need only a little bit of the water, sometimes more water. But you see that? It's all coming together. You know, beautiful, beautiful dough. This is what we want to get to. Don't worry if everything doesn't get mixed up, you know, proportionally. It'll all work out once it starts baking, okay? This is really what you want to get to. You want to get to this golden, shiny texture. Okay? That's it. This is it. Okay? And we're done, okay? We're going to take some plastic. We're going to cover it with some plastic. We're going to cover it with a couple of towels and put it in a warm place and let it sit overnight. Tomorrow morning, this will have risen. I'll show you what it looks like. And then what you're going to do is, well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. But for the step number 2, you're going to need one of these. It's called a Dutch oven. Okay? Now, if you have one of these, it's great. If you don't, you should get one. It's pretty heavy with a cover. And I'll tell you how to use this. This is basically going to do all the work for you. Okay? All right? And we'll do that tomorrow. Good night. Thanks. Day 2. It's the next day. The dough sat overnight. Now remember, it was just about a little ball like this. This is what it looks like the next day. What we did is we kept it and wrapped up the bowl and put it in a nice warm spot. And this is what it looks like the next day, guys, okay? Now remember how little bit it looked like? Now it is, used to be half of that, and now it actually got to be twice as big. So what I've done is preheated that cast iron pot in a, what is it, 450 degree oven, okay, for about 45 minutes, okay? I just basically preheated it nice and hot, okay, for 450 degrees. We're going to take the dough and take it out of the pan here. We're going to take some of the flour and dust it on a nice clean countertop. It'll be clean and sanitized, of course. We're going to carefully dump the dough onto, now it's very sticky, very tacky, okay? We're going to dump it onto the countertop. Just very carefully get it out of here, best you can. It will separate, okay? And if you need to, pat your hand with a little flour so it doesn't stick and make a, it's kind of a gooey substance. My God, if you could only smell this, and when you make it, you will smell it. It smells great. It smells so citrusy. Okay, get every little bit. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're not gonna manhandle this too much. Okay, you're just gonna get it a little bit. Get some flour on here. Just, I'm not pushing out on it. You don't want to beat it up. Just get it so that there's a little bit of flour all over it. Make sure you get every little piece of those delicious things, okay? So it doesn't stick to your hands, okay? Easy enough so far, okay? Right there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and plop it into our preheated cast iron Dutch oven. We preheated it with the cover on. This is very, very hot, okay? So pick it up, plop it in there, cover it, and let it bake at the 450 degree Fahrenheit temperature for 30 minutes. Okay, that's half an hour. Okay, 30 minutes elapsed. The timer went off. We're going to take a peek and see what it's like. Oh, that looks just fantastic. Okay, so you got a little golden color there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the lid off, and we're going to cook it for another 15 minutes. Same temperature, uncovered. Okay, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. 15 minutes elapsed at 450. And let's take a peek and see what it looks like, okay? Oh my God, it is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of here and just take a look and see if it's nice and, oh yeah, sounds hollow. You hear that? I'm gonna take this and make sure you don't drop it. We're gonna put it on a cooling rack, and that's the finished product, guys and gals. That's all it took. A couple of minutes, overnight, ready to go. Yes, that's the finished product. That's what you want. You want this golden crust here. You want this cracking here. It's going to scrape the roof of your mouth. You got that nice golden stuff here. It's hotter than a pistol. You got nice crust. And you hear that? If it sounds hollow, that means it's ready to go. So that's it. That's the almond, cranberry, orange zest bread. And show me what you got. Share your pictures. Thank you.